Carlos and I have been married for 11 years. London is our youngest, and she's 16 months. When London was an infant, she was a really happy baby. We kind of called her Magic Baby for the first 6 weeks because she didn't cry a whole lot. She was just very chill, which is a little different than our other 3 children. When I saw her when she was born, I knew right then she was going to be my London Ariel. It was early January, and I thought she was just having a cold. And I remember looking at my mother-in-law and I said, "Merce, she doesn't look good to me. Something's not right." And I just felt I should take her to the hospital. Sunday night was the very first night where she started these coughing episodes. So my pediatrician wanted me to come in. After listening to me talk and tell him what was going on, he said, "I think that she might have pertussis." And then all of a sudden, almost on cue, she had an episode. And I could see that her face was turning blue, her lips were blue, and I was getting panicked. When you see your baby not being able to breathe, turning blue, pretty much goes limp in your arms, the only thought that you have is you're fearing the worst. I was screaming for help out the door because I knew this was by far the worst one she was having, and she was not breathing at all. I sat down on the bed and I just put my face in my hands and I cried because I absolutely had zero control over what was going to happen to London. I've had 4 children, and not one time did any doctor or nurse tell me while I was pregnant that they offered me the shot, but I always got them after I had the baby. I remember this time with London, the medical assistant offered me the vaccination, the flu and the Tdap. And I said, "I'll get the flu right now, but I'll just get the whooping cough shot at the hospital like I always do." But if she just would have said, if you get the shot now, there could be some passive immunities to the baby because your baby won't be able to be vaccinated until she's 8 weeks. I would have been like, yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt, I would have protected my child, but I didn't know. I didn't know. So I first started just updating on Facebook just to let my friends and my family I spoke with, but many of my friends near and far, just to let them know how London was doing. The more I read about pertussis and vaccinations, the whooping cough, the more I thought about how she got it, just knowing how preventable that it is. I remember my very first time that I wrote, "Please vaccinate," at the bottom of one of my posts. That kind of just stuck. I wanted to tell people that vaccinations were so important, especially this one, because if you watch this video on a tiny little baby who was too young to have a vaccination, this is what could happen to her. The message that Carlos and I would give to other parents would be to please vaccinate. LondonsStory could save somebody else's life or save another parent's agony of watching their child not be able to take a simple breath of air.